Hi everyone, I'm Mead Bowen, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make ordinary copy paper resemble medieval parchment. And all you need to do this is a few household items, which I have here. You'll need some instant coffee. If you're a caffeine junkie, you should have this already in the house. And just some water to mix it in. You need a baking pan or something bigger than your copy paper, and a piece of copy paper is 8.5 by 11 inches. So something like, say, a 10-inch by 13-inch baking pan should do fine, or even a 9-inch by 13-inch baking pan, so long as it's bigger than the paper. And then later we're going to add some red wine to the coffee, because that will make a difference as well. Now what I've done here is I've mixed about 8 times what you would usually use for a glass of coffee, or a mug of coffee, into this. This will be our coffee mixture, which will help tinge the paper a dark color. So 8 times. And what you want to do after you've mixed that up is spoon about 1/4 of an inch of coffee in there, or we can just pour it like this. And be careful though, because you want just 1/4 of an inch. And depending on how big it is, that could be different. That should do it. And now that that's done, you'll place one piece of your paper into the coffee mixture. Make sure you float it on top. Now that that's in there, you'll take your spoon again, and you'll slowly spoon the coffee over the paper so there's a layer on it both on top and underneath. So that's especially important that you get both sides. Now that we've let our paper soak for about a minute, you'll want to carefully, very carefully, my gloves, take this piece of paper carefully, being sure not to tear it, and let it drain like this, if you can see. Very hard to show you. And let this drain off, because you don't want any pools on the piece of paper. And once that's drained fairly well, you're going to put this on your second baking pan. If you're putting it in a toaster oven or in a regular oven, you might want to cover it with aluminum foil. And then once it's done, you'll slide a knife gingerly underneath it to dislodge it from the piece of aluminum foil. And now just position your paper just so on the foil. Again, making sure there are no pools. And put that in the oven. Raise the temperature to 200 degrees. And let that stand for about 8 minutes. Now, what we have here is your very own sheet of medieval parchment paper. Aren't you proud? Now, this is only one of several methods we can use, even just using coffee. For instance, as it's still wet, you can tear the edges of the paper to give it a more weathered and damaged look. Or you can add a dash of red wine, approximately 2 glasses, to the coffee to create an even more weathered appearance. Or for a final effect, you can use flame to glide across the paper and give a little bit of a burn effect to it, like this. And that's all for making parchment paper out of copy paper using coffee. If this was exciting to you, you can check out my other videos using different methods. Thank you! and have a great day.